Working Out with Sasquatch is a high-intensity workout program specially designed for worker outers. Super special exercises to get. Increase strongness. More friends in life. Tiger-like reflexes. Super defense. And an all-around happy tummy.
All right, hockey fans, it is time once again for SICHL 26. Now, the Fire Ants are regrettably no longer in the playoffs, and also the Poughkeepsie Pit Fighters also bounced from the GHA playoffs. So we've got no dogs left in this fight, but we are going to continue to simulate through the playoffs. It won't let us watch any of the games, unfortunately, just because NHL is stupid, but we'll at least be able to see what happens. So we will simulate through to the end and find out who the Stanley Cup champions are. Before we do that, though, I forgot at the end of the season, we were going to take a look at where everybody finished in terms of rank, in terms of standings, and also the final stats for the team and for the league. So we'll do that quickly first. Then we're going to sim through to the Stanley Cup champions, and then we'll do off-season stuff. We got to see who's winning the awards. We've got to see who's retiring. We've got to see if any of the coaching or scouting staff are gone. And we also have, of course, the draft lottery and the draft to do. So how much of that we're going to get to today, I don't know. You can skip to the end, I guess, if you're watching this and see, but I don't know right now. So we'll see. All right, first things first. We are going to look at, these are the final standings for the regular season, how they ended up. So, of course, in the American division, the Spartans, then the Aces, Colonials, Buckaroos, the Fire Ants, Tigers, Gators, and the Grunge. In the European division, Dublin, Havana, Hamburg, Stockholm, Oslo, London, Brno, and Reykjavik. In the Canada East, Acadia, Fredericton, Montreal, Hamilton, Toronto, Niagara, Ottawa, and Nova Scotia. And in the West, the Huskies, Bisons, Vipers, Sun Devils, Rockies, Norsemen, Supersonics, and Mustangs. In those orders. Now let's take a look at the final stats for our beloved and now thoroughly trounced Philadelphia Fire Ants. Kaprizov, of course, leading the way with 73. I mean, absolutely dominant, especially, again, ran into some injury trouble, only played 66 games, so well over a point a game. Can't expect any more from Kaprizov. Is he going to re-sign? Probably not, but we'll do our best. Claude Giroux, also great. So basically our top two scorers could be gone. So this is going to be great. Wyatt Johnson putting up some respectable numbers. McMichael as well. Gunther, Nurse, Hyman, Vetrano. And again, Vetrano, I was going to get rid of Vetrano, but I think he played pretty well for us. So we may just hang on to him. Let's get a quick look at the goalies. Darcy Kemper with respectable numbers, and Justus Anunen. I mean, again, that's about right for a 79 overall goalie in this game. That's about right. So hopefully, again, he's a young guy, so hopefully that will improve for next year, and we can maybe use him either as a better backup or potentially maybe even a starter. We'll have to wait and see how he develops, but there we go. Oops. Nope. I'm pushing all the wrong buttons, ladies and gentlemen, because we forgot to look at the league-wide stats. Entire league. Here we go, baby. Nikita Kucherov and Austin Matthews tied at 99 points, both of them coming just a hair's width away, no pun intended for the follically challenged Nikita Kucherov there in the picture. Who am I to talk? Hello. Anyway, just a hair shy of 100 points each. Sam Reinhart from the Spartans. I don't feel so bad about Sam Reinhart kicking our butts now because he was tied with Barkov there to round out the top 4. Pasternak, Kachuk, Makar, Dahlin, and Morrison. We'll cycle through them quickly so you can see what teams they are from in case you have forgotten. But a couple of surprises, a couple of guys you'd expect. And let's take a quick look at the goalies as well. Vasilevsky, to no one's surprise, going first, and then Stuart Skinner, much to my surprise, at number 2. Sorokin again, and Spencer Knight as well. That's a bit of a surprise there at number 4. He had a great season. Gustafsson, Demko, Anderson, Fire Ant, Lucas Dostal now playing for the Ice, and then of course we have Darcy Kemper. Let's take a look actually at the... Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I want... There. Okay, we got it. All right, rookie skaters. Again, we haven't seen the official awards held out yet, so we don't know who's going to win. This will give you a chance who's in the race here. So Shabanov from the Buckaroos with 53 points. Demidov playing in Reykjavik had a great season. And then Ryan Leonard in Montreal. And then, of course, Honzak. I mean, it drops off a cliff from there. I mean, these guys here, Casey, Higgins, Barak Hellenius, Zeev, rounding things out. All right, that said, all that is done. Let's get to the playoffs. I'm just going to, you can see scrolling over there, all the different matchups that we have. I'm just going to kind of sim week by week, and we'll just kind of keep an eye on them and see what's going on. And then once each playoff round, like once this round of playoffs is done, we'll check in to see what the trees look like, both for here and for the GHA. All right, early days. Banff over Vancouver, 2-1 up in the series. 2-0 for the Aces over the Spartans. All tied up between Dublin and Havana. And the Express, 2 games up on the Bears. Let's simulate through another week and see if that settles things. All right, let's take a look here. Express win in 5 games over the Grizzly Bears. Banff wins in 5 games over Vancouver. Spartans and Aces all tied up. There's going to be a game 7 there. And then Havana wins in 6 over Dublin. So we'll just go a couple of games because the only game left at this point. Okay, it's the scouting. We'll deal with scouting later. And there we go. It is going to be Spartans and Havana versus the Express. Sorry. Okay, my brain stopped working. It's Saturday. Give me a break. The Express versus the Rockies. And the Spartans versus the Revolution. That is what the matchups are going to be. Let's skip back here quickly. We will take a look at the official playoff tree. We'll also check out the GHA to see how we're doing there. So there you can see Fredericton versus Banff, and then St. Louis versus Havana. And then if we switch over to the GHA, it is going to be Olomouc and Edmonton versus, and then St. Albert versus Liverpool. All right, we are down to brass tacks. Let's keep going. We'll just continue week to week here. Oh, we're still in the AHL. Let's switch that to the NHL. Banff up 2-0 over the Express already. And Havana up 2-0 against the Spartans. All right, are we going to see some sweeps here going into the Cups? Oh my goodness, that's exactly what we're going to see. It is the Banff Rockies versus the Havana Revolution for the Cup. Let's take a look again at that updated playoff tree. So it is going to be, so Banff beat the Express in 5 and Havana beating St. Louis in 6. Let's head over to the AHL, and Edmonton wins in 7 against Olomouc. And I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Just shut up, I know. And St. Albert in 5 over Liverpool. So it's going to be the St. Albert Villains versus the Edmonton Avalanche for the Calder Cup. And the Banff Rockies versus the Havana Revolution for the Stanley Cup. Let's simulate the first week and see how it goes. Oh, Ian taking it to Jeff. Oh my goodness. 3-0. Let's just kind of go day by day here so we can see. Okay. A Revolution clawed one back 3-1. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Playoffs are over. The Stanley Cup champions in the inaugural SICHL26 season. Congratulations to Ian. It is the Banff Rockies and Calder Cup champions, the St. Albert Villains. I cannot remember whose team is the Villains. Come and get your boys. Who's the Villains? I can't remember who that minor league team is for, but congratulations all around. Let's see if they've updated the awards or whether we need to move forward a little bit. There you go, your Stanley Cup champions, the Alberta Rockies. President's Trophy won by the Yukon Huskies. So there you go, a little consolation prize for the Huskies. And let's take a look at the individual awards. Nikita Kucherov wins the Art Ross Trophy for the Banff Rockies. Hart goes to Austin Matthews of the Aces. Cale Makar wins the Norris for the Boston Colonials. Matthews again winning the Lady Byng. Ivan Demidov ends up as the Calder Trophy winner for Reykjavik. Kyle Palmieri with the Conn Smythe MVP of the playoffs. Kyle Palmieri, geez, what happened there? Vezina, of course, goes to Vasilevsky, as does the Jennings. Sider wins the Bill Masterson on behalf of the Edmonton Supersonics. Mara, the randomly generated coach for the Montreal Millionaires, putting in the work and winning the Jack Adams. Selke goes to Barkov from the Express for his 3rd in a row. Austin Matthew wins the Ted Lindsay. Richard goes to Kucherov. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll take a look at the AHL as well. The Sullenberger. Okay, this is I gotta refresh what these are here. Okay. Scored the most points goes to Lodin. Again, for whatever reason, it's glitching that it's not always showing the icons for the GHA teams. I don't know why, so I'm not sure who Lodin plays for. There you go. From the Knights, McGroarty wins the Les Cunningham for MVP. Kovacs of the Rabid Raccoons wins for most goals. Outstanding rookie goes to Protas from some team. Henry Thrun, there you go. Philadelphia Fire Ant. Henry Thrun playing here for the Knights. Wins the Eddie Shore for the best D-man. Elvis Merzlikins from the Knights as well. So the Knights cleaning up here. Gorbenkin from the Villains wins the MVP of the playoffs. Isaac Rosen, another Fire Ant. As always, doing well when they're not part of our own system. Wins the Fred Hunt Memorial Award. And then Lundberg is best representing the spirit of Yannick Dupre for his involvement with the community. You love to see it. Where's Lickens again? Okay, there you go. There we go. I don't know what half of those awards are for. I know the Calder Cup. That is what I know from the AHL. I know the Calder Cup. All right, so that is it. Now it is up to the draft. So we will sim to the draft. It will stop periodically for retirements and things like that ahead of the draft, I think, and the lottery and whatnot. But let's just get to it. Here's the new salary cap. Going up a little bit. Always good. And there's the draft lottery won by the Seattle Grunge. And look at that, a big jump up there for the Barons as well, jumping from 6 to 2. Oof. Tough luck there for Calgary as they drop down to 3rd. Philadelphia, nowhere to be seen, but you can see the rest of the draft lottery there. Central Scouting will worry about the thing there. Okay, let's view the retired players, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause for Milan Lucic, Silverberg, Brody, Komarov, Smith, Pajarvi, Kruger, Hunt, Carpenter, etc. Let's take a look at the goalies who have retired. Enroth and Troy Grosnick, that's it, so that's no problem. All right. Coach retirements. Okay, I just need to take a look for my own team to see if any of my guys need to be replaced. And yes, Santiago de Boer and Paul Zimmerman have retired from my crew, so I'm going to have at least 2 spots to fill in coaching. But again, I'm going to do the coaching stuff off stream because it's not there's no point. Okay, we're not going to go to draft interviews, so I'm going to continue simming. I don't bother with the drafts interview. Okay. Highly recommend you update the trade block. Okay, well, let's take a look at what the trade block is right now. Do I want to trade Georgiev? They just kind of pick. Yeah, I could trade Georgiev. He's a backup. He's a fringe starter. That's fine. My first round pick? No. Excuse me, sir. This is the Philadelphia Fire Ants. We don't trade first round picks. Thank you very much. We're going to remove that asset. Vanaker, top 6 forward, 70 overall, but in theory I could trade him. Braden Yeager, I don't think I'd want to trade. He's also a top 6 forward, but he's 71. I don't think I'll trade Yeager. He's, again, it's a Fire Ant guy. We're not going to get rid of Yeager. And then Winterton. Top 9 is 77. Yeah, I could get rid of Ryan Winterton. We might add in here. Again, I'm just taking a look at. I'm taking a look at contracts here. Just trying to decide who's staying and who's going. Again, Kaprizov. I don't think he's going to re-sign. He's a 96 overall. Why on earth would he re-sign with us? I don't have the cap space for it. So we're probably going to lose Kaprizov, although that frees up $9 million in fairness. We might still, even though Shea did really well, we might put Shea on there because, again, that's $7 million that we could free up. I just feel like on defense, we could make better use of that $7 million. So we'll put... He's got a no trade clause for a bunch of guys, so that's, that's fine. Again, a lot of these guys have no movement clause. Like, I'm not going to trade Johnson or Gunther or McMichael. Fadrano, I mean, 83 making 4.5 for 3 more years, and he's 32. Like, I don't think he's going to be worth that. So I'd be tempted to put Vetrano on there as well. OEL... He's fine. I mean, he's a little older. He's still on 3 years. He's only making 3.5 though. I could unload that. That contract if I needed to. And then we're getting into some of the younger guys that we don't really want to get rid of. Is there anybody with a really low trade value that I just don't want that we'll put up there? Backlund's going to be gone again. So a lot of these guys are just going to be like Claude Giroux his contract is up, so he's probably going to be gone unless we can convince him to stay. So, you know what? I'll put Vetrano on the block just to see. Just to see. We don't have to trade Vetrano. I'm happy with keeping Vetrano, but that's fine. And then in terms of wants, I will do this. You don't want to see, this is all boring stuff. I'll fix up the rest of this stuff and we'll just skip to the good stuff. Okay, all that boring stuff is done. The trade block has been updated fully and it is time for the actual NHL entry draft itself. Before we go to the draft, let's take a quick peek, if we can, at the... Where is... There, view draft class. Let's take a look and see. Of course, obviously, number 1 is McKenna. For some reason, my scouts stink. They didn't scout McKenna. Now, normally, how it works, how I would do it if I was just playing this offline, is that there's a whole, almost like mini game, like there's a whole like strategy in terms of like scouting to maximize your scouting. In order to keep things fair and equitable, I decided to just forego all of that. So I do hire scouts and I do assign them to certain locations, but I don't get involved in who they're looking at. So why they wouldn't find out the potential of Gavin McKenna, but I mean, I know these guys are elites, so, or McKenna's a franchise, so I know these guys are definitely worth a pick if we can get them. But again, we're not going to probably get up to that. I'll try and trade up a little bit if I can, but I'm probably not going to be able to because I traded my 2nd and 3rd round picks to get Ian Cole at the deadline. Vishnevsky, Tynan Lawrence, Ivar Stenberg, Torsten Hedman, Rubric, that's a great name, and so on and so forth. So we are probably going to be picking towards the end, so we're probably going to be, again, picking in these kinds of areas. So with Joe Iginla, Adam Banak, and Diodorio. But again, I haven't, these guys, my scouts don't have the info on these players, which is criminal. It's infuriating. So do I take one of these guys, or do I jump down to, say, a Heikkinen, where I at least have a little bit more of a, I've got some sense that he's an elite medium. That's a possibility. We'll see. It's going to be a lot of guesswork, and we're just going to have to wing it. We haven't got a very good pick, and we haven't got a lot of picks, so we're probably going to be getting a whole heap of garbage this year at the draft. But listen, just like always for the Philadelphia Fire Ants, this is fine. Okay, let's go to the draft now. I'm not even going to bother trying to trade for this number 1. Well, you know what? I mean, there's no way. There's no way I have anything even close to enough. Oh wait, I'm not even supposed to be doing this. Wait a second. Hold the phone. To everybody who is familiar with the rules of the SICHL26 playthrough, I am not allowed to offer trades. I can't do that. I can only put guys up for offer. I can find trades and accept offers, but I can't make an offer. Okay, well, let's... You know what? Since I'm probably going to get a lot of hot garbage for my first round pick anyway, I don't think I'm going to get anything particularly useful. Let's see if somebody wants to. Nobody's giving me anything for my first. This is what drives me nuts. There is no way if I put a first round draft pick up, people are going to be offering me stuff. It's ridiculous, but there's something, again, it's been like this forever, so this is a long-standing problem with NHL. It's just they will not trade first-round picks. Like, it's madness. Absolute madness. Okay, well, let's at least maybe try and consolidate some picks here. We can do this. Our 4th and our 7th, try and get a little bit of a high... We can get a second-round pick for a 4th and a 7th from the Rockies. Let's see what else we've got there. Second-round pick. 64th overall is the best we've got so far. Daig and a 7th. But I don't think I need Daig. That 64th might be the 67th. Ratzlaff. Everyone's offering me kind of like mid-goalies prospects, but I'm not really. Drew Comesso. Starter medium. Again, it's not bad, but I'm kind of liking getting that 64th because I might be able to bump that up a little bit so I can like a high second and maybe take a gamble and try and maybe get a guy. I mean, I'm probably still going to get trash. I probably just should take Drew Comesso, but I don't think, again, it's just kind of just, I've got guys like Drew Comesso already. I don't need any more Drew Comessos. You know what I mean? I can get a guy like that. It's not a problem. So, okay, we're going to accept this trade. Take that 64th overall. Meanwhile, Vishnevsky was picked by the Calgary Mustangs, an elite medium. Another good pick there. Let's continue to try and hawk some of our draft picks. Let's try the 2nd and the 6th to see if we could maybe increase... Okay, we can get up to the 48 from the Tigers. 47th from the Hamilton Steelhawks. Don't mind if I doodly do, Simpson. And then boom, and because by the 5th round, I'm just grasping at straws. I'm not gonna get nothing, especially with the way my guys are scouting. I could flip it all for a 2nd rounder next year, which I don't think I want to do. I could bump up to a 35th. Or a 34th. That's just out of the top. That's just out of the first round. I think that's going to happen. All right, beautiful. Now, just out of curiosity, I mean, it's not going to happen, but just out of curiosity. See, if I was able to pitch trades, I could probably find someone that would take the 1st and 2nd for something, but I don't think I'm going to with the way that we are limited. So, but that's still pretty good. I'm happy about that. We've got a 19th pick and we've got a 34th pick. Let's take a look and see who we were looking at. Let's take a look at Shea and see if there's something we can do. Let's see if anybody is interested. All right, we're getting some good offers here for Shea. We got a top six forward medium, a 2nd and a 3rd. A 2nd, a top 6 medium, and a 3rd. Again, okay, that seems to be the top 6 medium, 2nd, or 2/3. 2nd, 5th, and another top 6 medium. Oh, 27th overall and a 4th round pick. Hold the phone. Hold that thought, ladies and gentlemen. All right, well, Dublin's the winner so far. I'll trade Brady Shea for a 27th overall. I think that's a fair deal. Although 27th overall is still not great in here because I don't know what I'm going to get. It's all so up in the air. All right, well, we'll consider that. That's definitely something to look at. That's the best offer thus far for sure. A 2nd, Olesen, and a 3rd. Again, a 2nd, 3rd, and a top 6 forward seems to be the going rate right now. Liam Greentree. Oh, listen, this. All right, we got 2 seconds from Hamburg. A second and a top six medium in a second. Meanwhile, Tynan Lawrence taken. Another elite medium. Now the problem is I got to start this all over again. Hold that thought. I just feel like with $7 million, I've got more than I could do. Second, third, top six medium. Oliver Moore, 2/3. 2 seconds. Bonk. Hey, top 6-4. Okay, top six forward and a 4D with a 5th. Second and third. Top 6-4 medium and a second. Two seconds, and then we're back to the beginning. So realistically, I mean, do I take the first round pick and a 4th? It's a low first. I've already got a 19th, and I've got one just outside of the thing. But the question is, do we want to get rid of Brady Shea? Again, Brady Shea is still a good D-man. He's still pretty good. Let me just take a look at it. Let me take a look one more time at Brady Shea. The problem with Brady is that he is 32 years old. He's a left D where we already have a lot of left D. He's got still 6 more years at $7 million. Like Brady Shea next year, would he be worth $7 million on my defensive core? Absolutely. Is he going to be at 39 worth $7 million? No. And his value is just going to get lower and lower and lower as we get on in years here. I'm tempted to try it. Shamrocks are on his tradable list, so I don't even need his permission, I don't think. I think we can just get rid of him. I feel like we get a first, which is, it's a bit of a gamble because of the 27th overall, but let's try. Let's try. We got to make some moves. There we go. There was also a lot of interest in Vetrano, so let's see what we could get for Vetrano, if there's anything good we can get. Top 6 and 2/7. Second and a third. Top 4D and a third. All right, so it's about... Yeah, I mean, it's about kind of what I expected. Stenberg taken by the Nova Scotia Schooners and Jacksonville on the clock. Let me just take another quick look here at Vetrano. Vetrano, he plays left and right. He's 32. He's an 83, which isn't great. And because he's 32, he's got the X factors, which is good. How long is his contract for? He's a sniper, which is good. I mean, he's got a couple more years still. I mean, we could keep him and just have him in the bottom half, but 4.5 just seems a little bit... I feel like we could get a guy about that in free agency, but maybe not somebody with the X factors. So that is a tough call. That's a tough call. Maybe we leave Vetrano. Maybe we leave Vetrano for another year. Again, I don't think it's going to be value. We could trade him in the middle of the year if we're doing badly, or if he has a big dip this year or something like that. We could get. I'm not going to get anything amazing for Frank Vetrano. I'll get something, but I'm not going to get anything incredible for Vetrano. So I think we'll just leave that. All right, let's just sim through to our picks, and we'll just make our picks. Unless we wanted to do... No, we already did. I already tried the first and second. That's not going to work. Okay. Jacksonville Gators are up, and they pick Rubric. Elite medium. Next up, the Edmonton Supersonics, and they pick Belchitz, another elite medium. I'm going to be the first guy not to pick an elite medium. Just watch. Just watch. Monarchs take Wasilin, top 6 forward medium. Okay, thank you. Thank you. The Slammers take Hedman, another elite medium. Good pick there. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. I'm not going to try for that pick, but thank you. Oslo gets Villeneuve, top 4D. Niagara Ice pick up Valentini, top 6 forward. Stockholm gets Rudolph, top 4D. Toronto gets a top 4D. Again, I think a lot of the elite mediums are going to be gone by the time that we're down there. Or if we snag one, it's going to be a guy who's like 5 years out and it's not going to be super useful. But listen, who knows? The Norsemen pick up Edwards, top 6 forward. Hamilton gets Binak, top 6 forward. Wrong button again. The Tigers get Joe Aginla, top 6 forward. Hamburg grabs Preston, elite medium. Oh, nice grab there from Henry. And the Millionaires get Heikkinen a top 6 medium. Let's just call a timeout just to give ourselves a little bit extra time here. That's fine. We're not going to need all that time, but just in case, let's take a look at the options. Next in line is Diorio, but we have not really done the scouting on this guy, so we have no idea whether he's any good. Again, the scouting people letting us down. We do have Tursumbayev, who is a potential top 6 forward. We haven't fully scouted him, so it's tough to say. Lynn is a complete mystery from the scouts' perspective. Now, Novotny is a potential elite medium. That doesn't mean he's an elite medium. He could be bad. And Lascelles in goal as well. Do we get a goalie? I mean, getting an elite, because we have a starter medium, but I don't think we have an elite medium goalie prospect. So maybe I take a reach and just try for Lascelles, just cross my fingers. Because again, Novotny is a bit of a gamble. I'm just taking a look to see, like, once we start getting into these ones that are certain, we're certain these guys are not great. Top 60, like, you know what I mean? So we don't have any elites that we're certain of at this point. So if we're going to take a chance, I'd rather take a chance on Lascelles, hoping that we can maybe get a goalie. Look at that fresh-faced young lad. Let's give him a shot. Let's give him a shot. Let's make him a first-round draft pick. William Lascelles, you are indeed an elite medium goalie. All right, let's go. Let's go. You love to see it. All right, the Buckaroos pick up Lynn, top 4D. The good thing is we can take a look and see now whether we made the right call. But I think that was the right call. Elite medium goalie, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Diorio was only a top 6 forward, so glad we didn't go for him. Sun Devils pick up Pobazal, top 6 forward. Again, top 6 forwards can still turn out to be good. It's not that top 6 forward is bad, but you want the elites, obviously, if you can get them. Tursumbayev turned out to be a top 6 forward and not elite medium, so there you go. And the Aces, Novotny, that was the guy who was potentially an elite, but he was a top 6 forward. So we made the right call picking Lascelles. The Bisons picking up Tomic, top 6 forward. The Bears, we're not going to go through every single thing in the draft, just FYI. Leonov at top 6D. for Acadia. Oh, it is my pick. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I pushed the wrong button. It's fine. We're just going to call a timeout just in case we need some extra time. So this is the only other... We only have 2 picks this round because we traded everything. So this is basically it. So let's see if we can find another gem. Now, we have Lars Steiner. He's not looking fantastic. Donovan Bennett. Now, I'm tempted to get him just because his name is Donovan, but we know nothing about him, so I think we're going to not take that. At least Rogowski, Brooks Rogowski. First of all, great name. Terrible hair, but great name. Brooks Rogowski. Let's go. Possibly elite medium. He's probably more like a top 6 forward, but it's possible. You never know. We could find a gem. Just taking a look to see if there's any other potential elites that we could take that's maybe a little more certain, but it doesn't. Oh, there's an elite low. Do we take a reach on Tuukka Jaskalainen? He's got a little gem there, so that's a good sign. He is center left wing playmaker. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Good offensive instincts, good speed, good playmaking. These are all pretty solid. Elite low. I mean, his ETA is only 2 years too, so I think this might be the guy we take. I think we reach for this guy a little bit. There was an elite medium up here, but that's only a potential elite medium. And we don't know if he's actually the elite medium. This is Rogowski. Although Rogowski's such a great name. I want to at least take a look. I got to at least take a look and see. Yeah, we just haven't got the scouting. I don't know for sure. His ETA is 4 years, so I think we're better to get the guy. We'll take a gamble on... Where is he? On the fin, Tuukka Jaskalainen. Welcome to the Philadelphia Fire Ants. Are you going to stink? Elite low. Let's go. Let's go. Elite low. I can live with that. That's great. Okay, we are just going to... Oh, I do have another pick. Okay, I'll sim to my next pick. We're not going to look at all the second round picks, guys. This is too much. This is too much. Let's see. Rogowski is still there, so I could still take a chance on Rogowski. Maybe it was meant to be. I love this guy, Noah Ta'auma. What a name. That's incredible. He's huge. I wish we had a scouting report on this guy. Don't my scouts know if you've got a weird name? Scout this guy first. Why would you not scout this guy? He's got a great name. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Slacking. This guy we know for sure. William Hawkinson. We know he's a top 4D, which is actually not too bad. So that's an option. Either we go for that guy, or we take a chance on Brooks Rogowski. Oh, it's so tempting. Oh. He's 4 years out. What's this other guy? Where is he? Hawkinson. Again, we don't have a ton of stuff. He's 5 years out. You know what? Let's take a look. Oh, wait. Was that even him, or was that showing me raw? Three years out. Okay, it was showing me the wrong guy. Okay, never mind. I think we know for sure he's going to be a top 5D low, which is not too bad. I think for this, he's got a, we know he's got a good slap shot. He's good size and strength. He's 6'4", 250. I mean, I think we got to take Hawkinson. We're going to take Hawkinson. I've talked myself into it. Hawkinson, he is a top 4D low. That's good. 66 overall. So that might be a guy who is going to help us out. Okay. I think that is it for us. So we're just going to sim through the entire draft. The draft is complete. We got Lascelles. I'm happy about that. We got our elite medium goalie, and we got Jaskalainen and Hakkinen. I think given Hawkinson, rather, I think given our pick situation, I think that was pretty good. I think that was pretty good. Next year we have more picks because we have those 2/3 that we picked up, so we have more picks. So now it is going to be time to go into the next year. We're going to have re-signing and then free agency and all that stuff. But I think that we are going to do that in the next episode. So this one, a little bit of a draft and housekeeping, but I don't want to have this drag on too long. Next episode, we will do re-signing, we will do free agency, and then possibly a preseason game. We'll have to wait and see depending on how long everything takes. But thanks, everybody, and I will see you next time.